Hello everybody, JRR here, and today we're going over a character contrast, character comparison, character whatever. Putting character A against character B along the same lines of scrimmage, per se. Today's competition, comparison, contrast, whatever, is Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII taking on Kefka. Alright, we're going to go by basic numbers with these two. And the reason why I say basic numbers is because it's going to be by the books, and I'm going to show why one is better than the other. Now I know what everyone's thinking right off the bat. Oh, Sephiroth, of course, is the better one. He's the best. He's the biggest and the best of the bad guys. Why? Because he's got a fucking 5-mile sword? No, that is not a villain make. I'm sorry, it doesn't. But we're going to break down the comparison here. We're just going to break it down simply. Now, 1 point to Sephiroth. Simply put, 1 point to Sephiroth. He mind-controlled Cloud to give him the black materia, which, of course, called down meteor or some shit. Okay, he mind-controlled somebody. Now we're going to compare that to what Kefka did. Kefka had a slave crown created, and he put it over one of the people who had the most magic power and controlled her like a fucking doll as they eliminated an entire town. Control some guy to give you a rock versus control one of the strongest magic users known to level a town. I gotta get the point to Kefka on this one. I'm sorry, I do. I have to give the point to Kefka. I mean, no matter how you look at it. Jedi mind trick versus a fucking machine that said, "You're mine, bitch." I gotta go with Kefka. Sorry. Okay. Now that we see that Kefka has a point ahead, we're gonna look at weaponry. Kefka is a fucking clown. Not that strong. Sephiroth, a very good sword wielder. Very skilled in his art. Very skilled in combat. Point has to go to Sephiroth. Reason being, if it came to a straight fist fight or a straight weapon blow, boom, 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 guess what? Sephiroth had the advantage. So, as you see, they each have their own advantages. They each had their own thing going for them. Was Sephiroth the manipulator? Not really. He was there, but it wasn't as big. He pretty much had a title of, "I'm Sephiroth, fuck you." And everyone's like, "Ugh!" While Kefka showed up and everyone's like, "Fuck you, who the fuck is this? Kefka? What the fuck is Kefka?" And yet Kefka did more shit behind the scenes than Sephiroth did. Sephiroth came by and killed people. He killed a couple people here and there. That's a little calling card. Ooh. Sephiroth was known for that. He killed a couple people and it was like, "I've been here." And people were like, "Oh shit, Sephiroth's nearby." Kefka wound up wiping out towns to wipe them out. No reason, just they're there. I'm tired of having to fight this motherfucker. Kill his town. Well, how do you kill his town? Poison the water supply. Why are we going to do anything hard? Poison the fucking water supply. But you'll kill innocent people. Poison the water supply or I kill you. So guess what? They poisoned the water supply and people died. Point? Kefka. Now, both Kefka and Sephiroth were they had a high level of objectivity. They knew what they wanted to do. That was good. Kefka wanted to kill everything on the planet and run the planet as a spaceship like his mom and travel the galaxy. Okay. Sure. Okay. Kefka's goal. Become a fucking god. Travel the galaxy on a rock? Become a fucking god. Sorry. Kefka gets the point. Now, we can we can go back and forth on this, and even if y'all want to discuss it, I'm more than happy to hear you out. In fact, you can compare any of the Final Fantasy villains up against Kefka, and Kefka, I'm sorry, he has a lot of great attributes of a villain. He really doesn't give a shit. He really doesn't give a shit. I'll give you an example. Sephiroth did his little mind trick on Cloud, and that was about the end of it. No one ever really doubted him after that. It was just, okay, you got mind controlled, oh, sorry, whatever. And there was no fault. They didn't care. Kefka's a smart motherfucker. When he got where he wanted to be, and he started messing with things, and the team showed up, Kefka, quick. He was quick. This showed that this motherfucker was a manipulator. He actually knew what the fuck he was doing, because he saw the group, and he was like, oh, good, you brought them here for me. I thought I was going to have to look for you assholes. And of course, everyone's looking around like, what? What? I don't get it. What? And of course, Kefka looked at Celeste like, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you brought them. It saves me trouble. Now go ahead, take a sword and kill them. And of course, everyone's like, what? Again, what? With the what? What? And after she went after Kefka, everyone was like, I don't know. I don't get it. It happened in the factory as well. Celeste was down there. Kefka saw her, and he's like, "Oh, great! You brought them, and you brought the Magicite to me. This is wonderful. I appreciate you going out of your way to make it simple for me. Thank you. Just hand them over." And of course, the rest of the team's like, "No, she wouldn't do that." And Kefka, before she could even respond, Kefka was in there quick. He was like, whoa, of course she would. She's a general. I'm a general. Our objective is to get this shit done. And y'all are just trying to slow us down. We're going to get this shit done. Just come on over, babe. Hand it over. We're getting out of here. And, of course, people started doubting her. And then she tried to do something to prove that she could be relied on. Now, this went back and forth because it had a little storyboard and yada, 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 blah, 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 where the thief couldn't trust her. And she was like, look, I went out of my way to do shit. And they were back and forth until finally he started trusting her again. Kefka tried it again, and it backfired the second time. And he's like, okay, fuck it, kill everybody. And the machines came by and proceeded to murder people left and right. Now, to put this in perspective, General Leo came up to fight Kefka. And, of course, he fought, boom, 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 boom. He thought he killed Kefka. Kefka came out of the shadows and stabbed Leo and killed him. Now, like I said, to put this in perspective, this would be like Zack showing up, taking out all these people from Shinra. He's just taking them out, blah, 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 blah. Then all of a sudden, fucking Sephiroth would pop up out of nowhere, kill Zack, throw him at Cloud and go, done. And then they proceed to waste Midgar. That would be about the same reaction. Did that ever happen in 7? No. Sephiroth just kind of went off and did his thing. Now, this also proves that Sephiroth is more of a loner villain than Kefka. Kefka, he manipulated everything. Sephiroth was more of the, I'll do it myself. I'm going to take care of this shit myself. But of course, doing that, he kind of backfired time and time again. He still got the rock, and he still got the meteor to come down and come out the planet and all that bullshit. But if Kefka was the one doing that shit, it would have been done a lot faster. No, it wouldn't have. Kefka's just a clown. He sucks. No, Kefka's a smart motherfucker compared to Sephiroth. I'm sorry. Sephiroth may be good. As a bad guy, Sephiroth was okay. He was pretty good. He was very skilled. He was very artful, but he wasn't like Kefka. Kefka had people killed for no reason. If he didn't like you, he had you killed. Let me say this again. If he didn't like you, he had you killed. No other reason beyond that. No other reason. He wanted to kill the King of Figaro because the King of Figaro was out in the middle of the desert, and he didn't like the fact that his boots got dirty. His whole objective, after getting into the castle was, I'm going to kill this motherfucker because my boots were dirty. That was it. That was the whole original reason. Of course, the king added more reasons to it the longer they talked. So, yes, Kefka, to me, is more of an evil motherfucker than Sephiroth. He is. He is just that evil. A town was in his way. He had them poisoned and killed. And the reason why I say Kefka could do an objective a lot better than Sephiroth is because Kefka knew not to rush out there and get himself screwed over. He knew to hold back. He knew to look at every angle that he could, and he took advantage of it. He manipulated the system. He got arrested at one point. Arrested. And he still manipulated the entire system to come back later and go, what did you think was going to happen? This is the same motherfucker that got his objective of the 3 statues of like goddesses and some shit. And what did he do? What did Kefka do? What did he do? The fucker did his research. He's like, okay, if I stand within this little field, I cannot die. So guess where Kefka stood? Within that field. Smart man. Of course, he kind of did the whole coup de grace to the Emperor, and the Emperor was like, no, fuck this. I'm killing your ass right here. Merton! No! So, this dude's throwing all sorts of fire magic, and Kefka's like, motherfucker, didn't you just hear me? That bitch stabbed me with the sword I gave her, and I'm still standing. And you're going to throw fire at me. Like that's going to matter. Motherfucker, please. In fact, when you're done fire, you know what? I'm just going to kill you. And Emperor died, and Kefka took over because, well, if you can't hurt him, you can't hurt him. There are so many things that Kefka has done to prove that he is far more of a villain than Sephiroth. And I'm sorry. When someone can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're a villain to that degree, I have to give it to him. I'm sorry. Well, Sephiroth came back and had children, and he went after Cloud again. What did he fucking do? He tried to destroy the world a second time. Whoop-de-doo, Lois! Look. If Kefka came back a second time, he would do the exact same shit. He'd be like, okay, how do I fucking fuck y'all over? And he's going to look, and he's going to study, and he's going to find a way to fuck y'all over. But he didn't come back a second time. Sephiroth came back a second time because some jackass of a clone wanted him back. I'm sorry, if you sacrifice your body to the greater evil, then I guess it works, right? No one wanted Kefka back. Why? Because Kefka became a god. He got all the magic he could get, found out how it worked, and just went nuts. He didn't care. He pretty much tore the planet up, reorganized it, and said, fuck y'all. What the fuck you gonna do? I rule here, not y'all. And if you go to fight him, you're fighting like everything up a big-ass chain to fight Kefka. When you're fighting Sephiroth, it's... He's who hit... Okay, I'm sorry. When you're fighting Sephiroth, it's his mom. You're fighting Genova. Then you get through Genova, and then you're fighting like some freakish version conglomerate of Sephiroth and Genova. And so you're beating that shit down. And then it's like Angel Sephiroth, and you gotta beat him down. And then it's the final fight between Sephiroth with 1 hit point versus Cloud with a full limit break bar. Now, compare this to fighting Kefka, which is a straight tree. You beat down 1, it dies. You go up the tree. You beat down the next 4 that are all in one little group. Press on. And then you fight this next part, and you press on. And then you fight Kefka, who does the exact same techniques that Sephiroth did. Ooh, you got full life. All y'all, drop to a knee. You're now down to 1. Okay, now they're all down here. Y'all got 1 chance to do something. Do something. I'll wait. And okay, I'm going to attack with an AoE. Attack all y'all. That's pretty much how it went. Both fights. Sephiroth and Kefka both fought the same way. Drop you to a knee to force you to try to heal and brace for a big attack, and then big attack. I'm sorry. If we're going by that kind of technical logic, when L betrayed Faye from Xenogears, that was a bitch. That pissed me off. But again, I'll go into that on Squaresoft's little interesting sacrifice of character rant that they had later. So I hope y'all put this in perspective. I know you're probably going to look at this and feel that my opinion that Kefka is greater than Sephiroth as a villain. Y'all going to sit there and go, fuck you. No, he wasn't. I'm not basing it off of video game fucking sales. Fuck that. I am putting the numbers down. And as I just stated, the numbers were pretty self-explanatory. You got the Jedi mind trick of Sephiroth taking over Cloud for a few moments to get her fucking rock versus Kefka, who got a fucking slave crown made to put on one of the strongest magic users so she can level a fucking town. I gotta give that to Kefka. He knew what the fuck he needed to do. Sephiroth may have skill. Kefka has brain. Kefka thinks. Kefka outthinks people. Kefka manipulates. Kefka learned what he needed to do to get shit done. Hell, the good guys go out and they make peace with the Espers, who are pretty much pissed off when it came to the world because they're like, look, we need to free our friends and level everything that caused it. So the good guys go out there and try to calm them down. And they start calming them down. What happens? Kefka shows up and kills all the fuckers. He kills all those Espers. He's just pop, dead. They try to fight back. He still kills them. He kills them. He takes them. He goes to the gate and kills the rest of them as they come out to fight him. He's like, come on. I'll kill you all. And they came out and he killed them all. Versus Sephiroth, who, if you put this in relation, okay, to put this in the same thing, this would have been Sephiroth going like this. Cloud is going out to get help. Okay. So Sephiroth will go after Vincent, kill Vincent. Go after Yuffie, kill Yuffie. Go after Kason, kill him and his controller. Go after Red, kill Red. Wait for a minute. Realize that when Cloud finally comes out, he's like, oh, you still have Tifa as support? Okay, kill Tifa. Cloud starts freaking out. Oh, you're freaking out. Oh, wow. I'm going over here to kill the rest of your party. Resume the murdering. And that's pretty much the same aspect right there. That's the same fucking aspect. And Kefka had no problem trying to kill your ass. He didn't care. Sephiroth left. He would show up, talk shit, or do something, and then he left. Kefka, no, he didn't fucking leave. You would have to beat his ass down to make him fall back. And he didn't even run away. He fell back. He's like, oh, ow, okay. And then he attacked you a different way later. Oh, my lord. Sephiroth just dodged your ass the entire time. No, I'm sorry. I recognize that as, I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do. Now, let's not go into the fact that Sephiroth is a mama's boy. Let's not even worry about the shonen being a mama's boy. Fuck that. Sephiroth is a pretty boy, mama's boy. That's what he is. He's a bishonen mama's boy. Versus Kefka, whose war paint is fucking clown. He's an insane clown. He's like ICP in a nutshell. He is out there to kill shit because it's in the way. Because he wants it dead. Because it's just there. He kills for the sake of killing. Then he mocks the people he killed for being stupid. He's like, why'd you drink the water? What do you mean why'd I drink the water? We always drink the water. Yeah, but I'm here. Ugh. Idiots! So yes, in my view, Kefka, far greater than Sephiroth. Sephiroth, great in combat skill. Don't get me wrong. Sephiroth was good. But compared to Kefka, and how Kefka plans shit, no. No. Sephiroth couldn't run with that. I'm sorry, he just can't. And that's the first of my character comparisons. As you can tell, I will point out things that they do similar, and I will compare them to what they do with each other that are similar. And as you see, in this case, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's Kefka. I don't care that he's not from the most critically acclaimed game that sold millions across the world and had millions of people rejoicing over roleplay and blah, 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 the fuck, blah. I am sorry, but that's like saying Morgan Freeman is a greater black man than Will Smith just because you like the sound of Morgan Freeman. No, they both have their points in different things. How fucking dare you, sir? I put my evidence out there. I dare you to come ahead and argue with me. In fact, it's for discussion. You can argue with me all you want. I'm still going to say Kefka is the motherfucking villain. Kefka? Greater than Sephiroth. I'm sorry, if I had to fight Sephiroth or Kefka, I'd rather fight Sephiroth. Why? Because I know he's just a combat guy. My planet is pretty much safe with Sephiroth. He just wants to kill people to clear them off so he can fly the planet around like a spaceship. Versus Kefka, who wants to be a fucking god so he can kill things indiscriminately and not have to care about a reaction from them. The motherfucker didn't care how people reacted to him. The motherfucker didn't care that he killed people. The motherfucker just killed people for the sake of killing people. Do you not get this? They're like saying, who would you rather fight? Two-Face or Joker? Well, fuck. I better go Two-Face. At least I have a 50-50 chance of him wanting to let me live. Joker, if you want you dead, you fucking dead. In fact, that is a good comparison. That is a very good fucking comparison. Who would you rather fight? Who would you rather fight? Mr. Freeze or Joker? That is the situation between Sephiroth and Kefka. Kefka as the Joker. Why? Both insane fucking clowns! Both of them! Insane fucking clowns! You put Joker and Kefka together, you got another version of Icy fucking P. Good night, everybody.